So let's talk about the crypto market. Right now, it feels like it's at a major crossroads, doesn't it? We're getting conflicting signals pulling traders in every direction. In this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise and build a clear, strategic framework for what might come next.
Yeah, this is the big question on every trader's mind. The market's uncertain, Bitcoin isn't giving us any clear direction, and the temptation is to either guess or worse, just do nothing. Well, we're not going to do either of those. We're going to build a solid plan, and by the end of this, you're going to have a simple 3-step checklist to guide your every move.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to start with the big one, the source of all this confusion, Bitcoin. If we can understand what's happening here, it's really the key to unlocking everything else.
I mean, just take a look at Bitcoin's recent price action. What does it scream to you? To me, it screams pure indecision. Neither the buyers nor the sellers are really in control. The market itself is basically telling us, hey, I don't know what's next. So the number one rule in an environment like this is simple. Don't force a trade. We wait for a clear signal.
All right, so for waiting for a signal, what exactly are we looking for? It really boils down to these key levels. That $19,500 mark is your critical support. A break below that could be a major red flag for more downside. On the flip side, if we get a strong confirmed break above $22,500, well, that could be the green light we're looking for to go long. And if we see a really sharp, aggressive V-shaped recovery, the number to watch for that confirmation is around $22,800. These are our lines in the sand.
But knowing what levels to watch is really only half the battle. The other half, and this is just as important, is knowing how you're going to engage with the market. And this brings us to a core strategic philosophy, choosing the right tool for the right job. And this is where the analysis offers a really simple but honestly a super powerful idea. You've got to separate your mindset. Think of the spot market as the place for assets you actually want to own and use. It's an investment in the tech, in the utility. The futures market, that's purely for trading. It's for getting exposure to price movements efficiently without ever needing to own the underlying asset.
And here are a couple of perfect examples to really hammer this point home. Why would you buy Solana on spot? Well, because you can actually pull it off the exchange and put it to work in DeFi, maybe use it as collateral for a loan. Why buy 1inch? Same idea. You can stake it in its own protocol and earn rewards. The principle is crystal clear. If you can't take an asset off an exchange and do something useful with it, you should probably just be trading it on the futures market.
Okay, let's recap. Bitcoin is stuck in the mud, and we've got our strategy for spot versus futures. So, where's the actual opportunity right now? Well, this is where our focus has to shift from the market leader to the broader market itself.
This is such a classic crypto market dynamic. When the main event, Bitcoin, gets a little boring and just goes sideways, traders get restless. They take their capital and they go looking for action somewhere else. And that somewhere else is almost always altcoins. This rotation of capital is exactly what seems to be happening right now, and it's creating some of the most interesting setups in the entire market.
So, to actually track this flow of money into altcoins, we need the right tool. And that tool is called Total 3. It's a simple but absolutely vital index. It just measures the combined market cap of every single crypto asset except for Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can think of it as a pure health check for the altcoin market. When Total 3 is looking strong, it means money is flowing aggressively into those smaller and mid-cap projects.
And wow, this chart right here really tells the whole story, doesn't it? You've got Bitcoin just going sideways. Ethereum is kind of lagging behind. But then you look at the altcoins, at Total 3, and you see strong, clear upward movement. This is the data telling us exactly where the action is. The most promising opportunities right now are likely not in Bitcoin, but deep in the altcoin space.
Now, this brings up an obvious question, right? What about Ethereum? It's the king of altcoins, the number 2 crypto. Shouldn't we be all over that? Well, actually, the analysis uses Ethereum as a perfect case study in discipline, in knowing when to focus your capital somewhere else.
And the source material is refreshingly blunt about this. The reason to ignore Ethereum for now is, well, its chart just isn't pretty. See, trading is a game of probabilities. You want to place your capital on the clearest, strongest-looking setups you can find. And right now, Ethereum just isn't one of them, especially when you compare it to the strength we're seeing in that broader Total 3 index.
So, what would it take to change our minds about Ethereum? What would make it attractive again? Well, it all comes down to one single number, 4,757. That is the key level on the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. Until ETH can decisively break and hold above that level, signaling it's regaining strength against Bitcoin, our focus should probably remain on those other stronger opportunities.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground here. We've dissected Bitcoin's indecision, we've laid out a clear trading philosophy, and we've pinpointed where the real action seems to be. Now, let's pull it all together into a simple, actionable roadmap you can use starting today.
So here it is, your 3-point trading checklist for right now. Number 1, be patient. Seriously, let the market show its hand. Don't trade just because you're bored. Number 2, keep a close eye on Bitcoin dominance. Here's a specific warning sign. If Bitcoin's price starts to fall while its market dominance simultaneously breaks above 59%, that's a huge risk-off signal for the entire market. And third, given everything we've just seen, focus your energy on scanning for strong altcoins that are giving you clear setups for long positions. That's where the opportunity's knocking. And I want to leave you with this fantastic quote from the source material because it really captures the perfect trader's mindset. The fun never goes away, it just transforms from short to long and long to short. It's a perfect reminder that no matter what the market is doing, there's always an opportunity. The game doesn't stop, it just changes, and our job is simply to adapt.